The Christian community faces an existential crisis across the Middle East. The Christian community is declining in every single country except for Israel. The reason for this are multifold, but first and foremost, the problem is that there is a concerted effort to rid the region of Christianity on the part of radical Islamists and other intolerant elements. Now, there are some in the United States that don't want to see the forest through the trees. Frankly, this is also a problem with Europeans. We will come up with all sorts of alternative theories about why Christians are in decline. But the simple fact is that the Christians are being repressed in a way they have not been for centuries. Let's look at this country by country. In Iran, where there has always been a strong Christian community, it is declining almost as quickly as the Jewish community is declining, and that simply is because of the Islamic Republic of Iran. In Lebanon, too, both Sunnis and Shiites, as well as some Christian groups which are willing to align with them, are willing to greenlight policies which are to the detriment of religious freedom. Christians feel that they can't speak up, they can't pray freely, and that they risk life and limb, and their family's life and limbs, if they try to engage in religious freedom, in free prayer, and so forth. In Iraq, too, while the Iraqi government has recognized the problems they face, we can't deny what has happened over the last 18 years with regard to the dislocation of war and also with regard to the rise of the Islamic State. We also have a situation across the region in areas like Syria where radical Islamists have targeted the Christian community. They've been caught in the crossfire of what we see going on. We could go country by country into this, but the simple facts are clear that there is a concerted effort to rid the region of Christians, much like 70 years ago, there was a concerted effort to rid the region of Jews. Now, unfortunately, the problem doesn't just rest in the Middle East. In Nigeria, for example, the Christians are under threat, especially in the Biafra region and in the southeast. There's a deliberate Fulanization campaign named after President Muhammadu Buhari's Fulani tribe. And unfortunately, they play into American denial. The Americans will try to fit everything into other narratives, for example, into a narrative of climate change, which is sending pastoralists to attack farmers, Muslim pastoralists to attack Christian farmers. The problem is that you can't say that it's a passive manifestation of climate change when some of these pastoralists are being armed with AK-47s and being bussed in from neighboring countries with the complicity and the encouragement of the Islamist leader of Nigeria. So we've got a situation across the region in which Christians are certainly under threat. Now, I would argue, as much as we talk about human rights, as much as administrations might talk about diplomacy being back, as much as we talk about democracy, religious freedom really is the canary in the coal mine. If religious communities, if Christians and other minorities are under siege, under threat, that's a direct reflection on the character of the regimes in those countries. It can't be denied, and it's time that the United States put religious freedom first and foremost. Otherwise, in less than a generation, Christianity will be gone from the region.